Well, hi there guys. I'm just going to try and put a video together today of a few things that I've been wanting to put on for a while. What it's going to be, I've got a bit of a combination of day, a bit of a catch-up day today, I hope. What I'm doing here is I've just got to the point of I'm going to hand rub to 240. This is a little set of general purpose hunting knives I'm doing for a few friends of mine who went on a trip. I'd mentioned this before. On a trip I've had, I think this is the third attempt to actually get the blades and everything as I was happy with. So I've got a few blades which I've used, and you'll see shortly. I'm going to reuse them, not wasting them. I'm going to reuse them. I'm doing some testing on them, so that's what they're going to get used for. But these are the knife I've actually got to the point whereby I'm happy with how it looks. I think that was the thing. There was, the other things I was doing was, along the same lines, but they just didn't look right. I just wasn't happy with them. They were a bit of a new design, and I just wasn't happy in the end. Whereas this, passed it around a number of friends, all hunters and fishermen and things like that, to try and get a good general purpose size of the hand. It fits most people. I've got friends, arborists, 6'2", 6'3", down to one of my friends I hunt with, Ian. He's 5'8", something like that. Completely different build. So we've got a general purpose. It fits most people. So the bigger hands find it a tiny bit shorter. If they're putting a hand on the finger might stick over a bit. For an average hand, about an average, fits perfect. Something a bit shorter might just have to reach a tiny bit, but as a general rule, just a slight tweak in how you hold or how the knife is used seems to fit most people. So I've got to the point of I've taken this, just knocked the corners off. I'm going to hand up to 240. Then it will be on with the ATP, dry that out, into the kiln and the hardening and tempering finish today. And then I can move on with obviously cleaning the flats up and everything, and then also the handles. What I'm also going to do on this vid, because this will just be a little bit, so I'm sure you guys don't need to be shown how to hand rub. If I can't think of any tips, I'll put them on there. However, the other thing I'm doing, I'll just show you here, is these are some of the previous blades I've made. These have been hardened and tempered and annealed, but in slightly different processes, and I'll give you a quick tell that later. These are a couple of blanks I'd made up, and as you can see, the wonderful job I've done on the handles here. These were just basically taped up and finished just to the point whereby, well, actually the only thing I finished was the edges. They got taken down to a station with me a few weeks ago, and they've done, we cleaned up big spiker and a hind, and also about a dozen goats. So I've better give them a good work in, digging out the joints and the edges, things like that. Also, this is some steel I've been testing around some. That's the third lot of testing I've done to get to actually decide on what I think would be my hardening and tempering process. So what I take the steel up to, soak it and things like that, and then temper the steel. But this is a hardening test, so I'm going to have a quick talk through those. I'm actually going to take the knives and basically see what I can do to the blanks, smash them up, whatever, see if I've got it something like right. Although this isn't some like the destruction tests you see on YouTube, which just go on for hours and destroy the thing, but it'll be a good bit of prying and banging and edge things like that. So beyond what I realistically expect a knife to do, but this, still not, still within the realms of reality, really, I suppose. And then finally, what I'm going to be doing is I've got some blanks already now. They've been getting dried and things like that, so they're going to be going into my pressure pot so that I can stabilise the handle blanks. I've finally got all this working. Everything's up and running. It's had a couple of test runs. Everything's working really fine. I'm getting really good pressure seal on here. I've got my wood really dry, so that's getting all ready to go. And then I'll be pressure treating some timber. Then hopefully once I put that together, hopefully it won't be a massively long video, although I've noticed I've got up to about 4 minutes now. But maybe if I put a bit of each of these together, or maybe even might have to make 2 videos out of this. Maybe the hardening with the testing, and then maybe the stabilising. So we'll see. So you might find part 1 and part 2. Okay, so with that, I'll sign off for now and catch you guys later.